Hi, 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 hi. Okay, so we are kind of in a different space. I'm sitting on the floor today, and we are going to do the full moon in Taurus. We're going to pray that the animals act normal. Look at that, you see, trying to fight me. That the animals act normal. As we do this full moon in Taurus readings, I'm going to try to knock this out really quickly before they revolt. Look, he wants to so badly. He wants to revolt. He wants to go and like chase after the other cat. But maybe this is likewise the energy for this full moon in Taurus. Because there's a lot of kind of like back and forth energy. Like some folks are getting along astrologically and some folks are not. And so we have some tension. The one that stuck out kind of the most for me because there were two that I was having a difficult time figuring out how these two kind of related and went together was because we had the Venus and Jupiter in Sagittarius, which was having some conflict with Neptune and Pisces, and then we had Mars in Libra having conflict with Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn, and both of those was just like confusing to me. Like I wasn't really understanding why they would be having this tension, why they would be having this conflict. And so after thinking about it for a while, it was like, okay, thinking about the energy of Mars in Libra. I have a Mars in Libra. And I know that it's a very kind of passive aggressive, doesn't necessarily want conflict, wants to find out ways to get rid of its aggression through partnership. So it can be manipulative. It can be focused on compromise. It can be all of those things. Let's hope that they don't fight each other or that they fight in another room at least. So I was like, okay, that very young, let's go, get them and go, really worried about appearances, energy. And then we have the Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn. Saturn in Capricorn, that is much more like that's its home. It's about order. It's about having a system. And then Pluto, who's all about that deep, dark work. So it's just about kind of releasing and letting go. So then you have this very young energy. And then you have this energy that's very like, we have to have a plan and we need to go ahead and move forward and let go of the things that we don't need. And this young energy that's just kind of like, I want to do it my way and I don't want to have to follow this system anymore. So there's like this butting of heads. And then you have the Venus and the Jupiter in Sagittarius with that kind of butting of heads, that water and fire to that Neptune in Pisces. And it's the scholar, the dreamer, and the dreamer in the sense of like the fool who's wanting to explore and learn versus the dreamer who's like literally the person who's like, I've seen kind of everything. I'm at the end of the astrological calendar and now I'm getting ready to get to that point where we're about to start anew. So it's that kind of slowing down and that really releasing and letting go. And maybe that's just kind of the energy that's going on, especially since once we look at some of these cards, we're going to see this kind of back and forth energy between these signs. So our general card is the Ace of Wands, and it's reversed. So stagnation. It is also a Mercury retrograde. It's Mercury retrograde till around sometime in December, I believe. And so we are hearing that and hitting that issues with communication, transportation, technology, and it's not one of those like everything's gonna like blow up and fall apart, but it is more of a, oh gosh, these cats, I'm telling you. Okay, so but it is more of a, maybe you put the wrong tagline in your email, maybe you didn't write out everything like you should have, maybe your car needs new tires or you run out of gas, something of that nature. And so I think this kind of missing that fire, that get up and go is really evident right now. You're really needing to be able to look at these cats. I'm telling you, they're wild. But you're missing that get up and go, that fire to get things moving and to get things kind of working in your favor. And with a Scorpio season, we're down in the depths of things. And I think that's a part of that tension. The tension is there because we want to go, we want to move, and we can't because we're supposed to be kind of sitting still and resting and relaxing and kind of diving in deeply into the matters that are going on around us. So let's see what's going on with each sign. Our Aries, yay for the Aries. Our Aries have gotten some justice. And I have seen this personally playing out with Aries that I know, where they have done the work. Aries, you have done the work. You have followed through. You have set through the BS, the gossiping, the rude people, and you're coming out on top. You are able to see, like, hey, I know you've been doing stuff. I know you've been saying things. You know, Libra is all about gossip and communication. And Aries is able to finally, like, boom, I knew it, and I'm coming out on top now. I'm going to be the one who's swinging the swords and balancing the scales. Then we have 5 of Swords for Taurus. So there's a lot of 5s and 2 energy with this full moon. 5 is conflict and tension. So a 5 of Swords is perhaps an internal tension. You have ideas, you have things you'd like to do, and you're fighting amongst yourself in your head about, should I do this? Should I not do this? And then it can also be an external tension in that perhaps there's kind of like a war of ideas amongst people. So you're working with someone, or and with it being in Taurus, I'm going to think that this is something about values. So your values are not aligning, and you're trying to figure out how to put those things in alignment. Gemini has the 2 of Wands. So Gemini, you want to take that trip, you want to make that choice, you want to figure out that next move. You've got options available to you. You need to figure out which direction you want to go in, and you need to follow your heart. Cancer, 5 of Cups. Cancer, why? Don't be so sad all the time. I know it's kind of a part of your nature, but you got to let it go. It's the time of release. It's Scorpio season, and I know this is a really easy time because it's getting dark. It's 6 o'clock and it's pitch black outside. It's getting dark earlier. The sun's not out as much, but if you can't see what's available for you that's still here, you're going to be dragged down into those depths, and it's going to take you a really long time to get out. So let's try to work on that now and not go so deep in there. Then we have Leo. Oh, Leos. Are we really at Leos? Yeah. 5 of Wands. Y'all fighting it out. It's the final countdown. Y'all out here playing war of worlds and things. Conflict between the peoples, conflict about what's going on, conflict about what direction to take. Find out your stance, get very clear, and be open to compromise, but don't be a pushover. Stand your ground. Have courage, Leo. Virgo, 2 of Swords. Are you making a decision? Do you have something really big? Do you have a choice that's coming up? Don't be rushed. I know you're like, we've done our part. We finished up Leo season. Virgo season. We've done good. So now we can rest. And yeah, but like you were cleaning up and you were organizing. And with that comes, now it's, the weighing of, and that's Libras. And Libras have done their part. But you have to make the final decision on what it is you keep and what you don't keep, on what choices it is that you make. And so while you're kind of digging in deeper during Scorpio season, and you really want to make sure that your values and your talents are being recognized, you have to make the choices that make the most sense. Take the blindfold off, put down the swords, talk it out. You see this? You see how they act? I don't know what to do with them. Moving along, because the show must go on. I feel like I'm missing a card. I do feel like I'm missing a card. What is happening? Is this someone's cards? Oh, I think it is. Okay, let me make sure that I have the right cards up for everyone. Oh, these were the other cards. No, this was Capricorn. Y'all, my technical, that is that Mercury. Mercury. I don't know if these are the right cards at all. Let's look and see, huh? Shall we? I guess we'll chat for a little bit while I make sure that I am reading the right cards per the right signs. Mercury retrograde is here. It's happening. Be prepared. I was born during a Mercury retrograde. It's always good to kind of know what it is that you were born under, so that you can. I'm watching my own live stream, which is great. So that you can. Okay. My own live stream, which is great. So that you can. Okay. My own live stream, which is great. So that you can. Okay, there we go. I was like, why is that not stopping? All right. Virgo, Two of Swords. Okay. We are on track. We are good. Okay. Four of Pentacles. Because I was like, wait, I looked at these cards and I said, this isn't right. All right. Libra has the Four of Pentacles. We are back. We are ready. Four of Pentacles. So, with that, Libras. So you made it through the fire, because Libra season was rough. Libra season had some folks trying us, testing us. It was Virgo season and Libra season. It was the clean it out. It was a lot of internal work that had to be done and followed through. And it was really about, if you are not going to be honest and you're going to go back to the shadow side of Libra. And the shadow side of Libra can be petty and manipulative and really worried about, what they're focused on, and really worried about what's best for them. They're just wanting to be in control. It is like the deepest pool of Venus energy and Libran energy, which is forcing a partnership. So forcing something to go the way they want it to go because that's what they want, and not being in full alignment with a partnership. So you've been tested. Hopefully you came out on the other side, because you're having some foundation. You're seeing some growth. You're seeing some movement in a better direction. Fantastic. And yet you can't hold on so tightly to all of your wealth and all of the things that are coming for you, that you are just kind of miserly. Like, make wise decisions, because you've come out on top. And then we have Scorpios, who got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So Scorpio, I know it's your time, it's your season. That is great. You've got that full moon in Taurus supporting you. Fantastic. And yet, you are feeling like there just isn't enough to go around. You are feeling like you are not being well represented, that you are not able to access all of that abundance that is promised to you in your season. It's harvest season, it's harvest time, and yet where is your harvest? And it's just that it's taking a little bit longer to get to. And I think also those conflicts between this air and fire, and this air and earth. Air is just kind of or fire and water and air and earth, like all the signs are kind of having some moments of conflict, and we need to wait for that to kind of play itself out in order to feel the smooth sailing from there. And for you, Scorpio, I would suggest that you just be mindful. Don't go on a spending spree. Black Friday is coming. Do not go out there and just charge up a whole bunch of stuff. Don't be like, oh, it's Christmas time, I'll take out a Christmas loan. Like, you need to shore up all your accounts. And that's going to be kind of the next move for you to make. Sagittarius has the wheel. Your time is coming, Sag. Your season's coming. Yay. That wheel's going to be turning, and you cannot wait. Sagittarius has been doing very well. All of our fire signs have been doing very well. And you were like, I am ready for that change. I am ready for my season. I am ready to take all of this wisdom and all of this work that I've done throughout the year, kind of being this fire to keep everybody up and fun. And I am ready to let it go, let it out, and move along. And so your time is coming. Let that wheel turn. Let things go. Keep it moving. Stay strong. And then we have Capricorn. Capricorn with the 9 of Cups reversed. 9 of Cups reversed. So in general, this is someone who they've done a bunch of work. They're the happy host. They're ready to let you use and fill up with all their cups. You know, they're ready to share in their wealth. Let's talk about the miser again. Capricorn, do not sit there and just like hoard. Don't hoard. Don't stockpile. If you're stockpiling to be prepared, that is one thing. But if you're stockpiled because of an attachment to lack, there's something that you need to address about that. And this is going to be a lack. And this is going to be with that Taurus full moon. This is going to be about you feeling like you are not supported in your talents and in your gifts and in your value, being valued for them. And you have to value yourself. You have to not take the route of others don't value me, so I'm just not going to share my talents with them. They don't deserve it. That is going to not be the move to make. You need to be careful and intentional about who you're sharing with and what you're sharing, and use that as the way to navigate this moment. And then we have Aquarius with the Ace of Swords. Yay, Ace of Swords, new ideas, new energy, new thoughts, new plans. Keep it moving, keep it light, keep it open, keep it fresh. You like that, Aquarius. You're going to love this time of exploration. Use those words wisely. You might need them later. Pisces has the 9 of Wands. Pisces has been going through it. Pisces has been going through it. And I think it's because Neptune is in Pisces. And so Neptune is home, and Neptune means that we're going through both the light and the dark of Pisces, and that Pisces is treading that line of really falling into that very like dream-like state, in that they're disconnecting, they're disassociating from reality and themselves. And you have to come back. There has to be some type of grounding principle. And again, there's part of that tension between the fire, that fire energy of Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is like, look at all the things that I've learned here and now that I can share. And Pisces is like, let's talk and philosophize. Wow. And discuss all of these, random things, these theories and these understandings of the world and the universe and what is faith and religion and government, all these institutions. They want to just sit here and just kind of go on and on about these things, or to watch the movies and the TV shows, to eat the really good, rich food, and not necessarily to deal with what's going on in reality. And there needs to be a grounding principle. And that 9 of Wands is a end of a cycle. It is nearing the end of a burden of coming out triumphantly and knowing that you have pretty much succeeded in what you were looking to do. Well, when it's reversed, you're just feeling a pullback. You're feeling a pullback, like you're just not getting there. And you are getting there. It's coming. It's just you really have to be okay with letting it go and with dealing with what's actually going on around you. You cannot disconnect, because it will just drag it on longer and further. So that is the full moon in Taurus reading for each sign. I have it's going to go up in a couple of hours probably. The astrology reading for the full moon in Taurus will be up on the blissinstitute.org, and then you can like, comment, subscribe. I will probably go live in a second to do just a little bit more about catching up about 32 going on 33, and I think that's about it. So I will see y'all later. Have a good night, enjoy yourselves, and bye-bye.